Welcome, seekers of wisdom. Today, we're diving into the intriguing topic of how to read people's minds, not in a supernatural sense, but through subtle clues in their body language and gestures. In Stoicism, understanding others and maintaining inner calm are keys to living a wise, balanced life. Learning to observe without judgment and interpret without assumption can deepen our connections and help us respond wisely in any situation. In this video, we'll explore Stoic insights and practical tips on reading body language, gestures, and emotional cues so you can communicate with clarity and empathy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Now let's dive in. The first step to reading people's minds, according to Stoic wisdom, is to observe without judgment. Often, we jump to conclusions based on a person's expressions, stance, or actions. The Stoics, however, believed in approaching all observations with a clear, unbiased mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You always own the option of having no opinion." This means we don't have to label every expression or gesture we see. Instead of assuming, practice noticing details without judgment. This state of non-judgmental observation is essential because it keeps your mind open and prevents misinterpretation. For instance, if someone crosses their arms, it might be easy to assume they're defensive, but they could simply be cold or comfortable in that position. Here are some tips for observing without judgment. Notice small changes in expression or body language without making assumptions. Is the person's facial expression tense or relaxed? Do they seem focused or distracted? Avoid labeling. Try to refrain from labeling behaviors such as thinking he's angry or she's upset. Instead, note physical cues like furrowed brow or downcast eyes. This keeps your observations neutral. Stay present. Focus on what is in front of you without letting past experiences or biases affect your interpretation. Try practicing this. As you go about your day, observe others without forming immediate judgments. This practice helps you remain open and better understand people's behaviors without the filter of assumptions. Next up, notice facial expressions and micro-expressions. One of the most powerful tools for understanding others is observing their facial expressions and micro-expressions. The face is often the most expressive part of the body, showing emotions even when words do not. The Stoics believed in self-mastery, which also means mastering how we perceive others. Micro-expressions, quick, involuntary facial expressions, reveal genuine emotions in brief flashes, often lasting less than a second. Learning to spot these can help you gain insight into how someone truly feels, even if they're trying to hide it. I have some great tips for recognizing facial expressions and micro-expressions. Learn the basics. Some universal expressions indicate specific emotions: a smile for happiness, raised eyebrows for surprise, and pursed lips for tension or frustration. Pay attention to fleeting expressions. Micro-expressions happen quickly, so they require focus to spot. If someone's face briefly shows an emotion that quickly fades, it's often a genuine reaction. 3. Observe their eyes. The eyes are a window to emotions. For example, narrowed eyes can suggest concentration or skepticism, while widened eyes may show surprise or fear. One thing to practice is, rather than reacting to expressions, simply note them. For instance, if you spot a flicker of anger in someone's face, don't jump to conclusions. Stoic wisdom encourages calm observation. By noting these expressions without immediate reaction, you maintain your composure and create space for thoughtful responses. Another important tip is analyze posture and stance. A person's posture and stance reveal a lot about their current state of mind. Stoics believed in the importance of carrying oneself with dignity, and a person's posture often reflects their mental and emotional state. Someone who is slouched may feel tired or defeated, while someone standing tall may feel confident and assertive. Reading posture can give you insight into someone's comfort level, confidence, and readiness. However, keep in mind that posture alone doesn't tell the whole story. The key is to notice it as one part of a bigger picture. Try to look for the following when reading posture and stance. Note open versus closed stances. Open stances, relaxed arms, uncrossed legs, usually indicate comfort and openness. Closed stances, crossed arms, hunched shoulders, can suggest defensiveness or discomfort. Observe tension. Tension in the shoulders or neck may reveal stress or unease, while relaxed posture often shows calmness. Consider context. The environment can influence posture. For example, someone may cross their arms if it's cold, not because they feel defensive. Always consider situational factors. As you observe people's posture, stay grounded in the Stoic principle of withholding judgment. Don't assume a defensive stance means they're angry or closed off. Just note it and remain neutral. This practice of observing calmly helps you become more attuned to subtleties without jumping to conclusions. The next important tip on body language is to look for hand gestures. Hands often communicate what words do not. People use gestures to emphasize points, convey emotions, and illustrate ideas. Observing hand movements can give insight into a person's emotional state, attitude, and intentions. For instance, someone who's gesturing widely and openly may feel enthusiastic, while someone with clenched fists might be experiencing tension or frustration. The Stoics believed in understanding others as a way to foster empathy and harmony, and gestures provide a window into others' feelings. Try these tips for understanding. Hand gestures. Observe the openness of gestures. Open hands or outward-facing palms often indicate honesty and openness. Clenched fists or hidden hands may suggest frustration or concealment. Notice rhythmic or repetitive movements. Fidgeting or repeated gestures can be a sign of nervousness or discomfort. Someone tapping their fingers or playing with their jewelry may be feeling anxious. Watch for emphasis gestures. People often use hand gestures to emphasize a point. If someone's gestures become larger or more frequent, they may feel passionate or intense about the topic. When interpreting gestures, remember the Stoic principle of moderation. Don't let one gesture color your perception of the person entirely. Instead, use gestures as clues within a larger context. This balanced approach helps you stay calm and clear-headed in your interpretation. Another great way to read people's minds is to tune into tone of voice. While this may not be a body language tip per se, a person's tone of voice reveals a wealth of information about their emotional state. The Stoics believed that controlling one's tone of voice reflected inner calm, and tuning into another person's tone can offer a deeper understanding of their emotional state. For example, a soft, even tone may indicate calmness or sadness, while a raised voice can show enthusiasm or anger. Listening carefully to tone rather than just words can help you discern someone's true feelings. Practice the following tips for tuning into tone of voice. Listen to pitch and volume. Higher pitches often indicate excitement or stress, while lower pitches can suggest calmness or authority. Notice pace and rhythm. Fast, erratic speech may indicate nervousness or excitement, while slow, measured speech can show calmness or thoughtfulness. Pay attention to inflection. A change in inflection or tone mid-sentence can reveal shifts in emotion. For instance, a rising tone at the end of a sentence may indicate uncertainty. As you listen to someone's tone, focus on remaining calm and objective. Use their tone as one part of the overall picture rather than basing your judgment solely on it. This practice of calm listening aligns with Stoic values of patience and non-reactivity. My bonus tip is notice physical distance and proximity. Another key to understanding body language is proximity, or how close someone stands to you. Physical distance is often an indicator of comfort level, familiarity, or even cultural norms. Stoics believed in respecting personal boundaries, and paying attention to proximity can help you navigate social interactions with greater sensitivity. If someone stands closer to you, they may feel comfortable or have a sense of trust. However, if they distance themselves, they may be signaling discomfort or a need for personal space. Here are tips for reading proximity and distance. Observe initial distance. When you first approach someone, note how close they stand. This can indicate their comfort level or boundaries. Watch for changes. If someone shifts closer or farther away during a conversation, this can indicate changes in comfort level. Consider cultural context. Proximity norms differ by culture. In some cultures, standing close is common, while in others, more distance is respectful. Always consider these factors. As you observe physical distance, respect people's comfort zones. Stoic wisdom reminds us to avoid making assumptions based on proximity alone and to maintain our own sense of respect and composure. This approach allows for more mindful, respectful interactions. Now let's start applying Stoic principles to read people with respect. Reading people's body language and gestures isn't about mind games or manipulation. From a Stoic perspective, it's about understanding others so we can respond wisely, show empathy, and build stronger connections. The Stoics emphasized observation, self-control, and empathy, qualities that help us read people's cues with respect and wisdom. When you observe others with a Stoic mindset, you're cultivating patience, avoiding snap judgments, and opening yourself to genuine understanding. Remember, each of these cues, whether a gesture, a tone, or a posture, is only a piece of the puzzle. By integrating these tips into your interactions, you'll become more attuned, perceptive, and compassionate in your daily life. Thank you for watching. If you found these Stoic tips for understanding body language insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you live a thoughtful, grounded life, and remember to check out my previous videos. Until next time, stay wise, stay present, and keep observing with clarity.